To help assess our road design, we're just going to turn off the alignment string in our design view. And if you zoom in, you will notice that the interface string changes from red to green in certain areas. And this is as the design goes in and out of cut and fill. So if the interface string is green, it will be in fill. If the interface string is red, it will be in cut. If you use the snaps toolbar up the top here and toggle on the data tip or the D button and then hover over one of your sections, you'll notice it gives the section name and which model that section belongs to. We can also hover over any one of the strings to see what name that is. If we were to turn off our ROAD1 sections and strings and turn on the model ROAD1 polygons, we now get a series of polygons, and these polygons, if I click on one, if I hit F2 and I pick on this one out here, you'll notice that it highlighted the entire design, and that is our ROAD1 interface polygon. If I clicked again in the same spot, you'll notice that this one is the interface on the right hand side, and it's a fill polygon. And these polygons are used later on in our visualization to color the triangles, which then map to a texture. We can turn those polygons back off and turn back on our ROAD1 sections and strings. We can now have a look at our data in a perspective view. So we can restore our views back down, and we're going to transfer our data from the plan design view into our perspective OpenGL view. To do this, we go to View, Models Transfer. It asks you to select the source view. We pick anywhere inside our plan design and accept it, and then it asks you to select the destination view, and you pick anywhere inside the OpenGL view and accept it. You'll notice that the models are then transferred across, and we can maximize our OpenGL view. To move around inside the perspective view, we can zoom in and out as we would any other view. We can click on this orbit icon here, and that allows you then to rotate the view. Or we can just go for a drive down our road. To go for a drive down, we select the steering wheel button here, and then it's asking us which string do you wish to drive along, and we want to select our alignment string. So we click on the pink arrow, go into our alignment view and pick and accept the alignment string, and then go back into our perspective OpenGL view. We'll just change the eye height here from 1.3 up to 5.5 meters, and then click on Drive. If at any point you want to stop your drive, you can either right click or press the escape key. At any point, if we want to save a starting position for our drive, we can simply enter that value in here. So we might type in a chainage of 300 meters. We then click on the little icon here and select Defaults, Right, Finish. So this will save this panel, which means that each time we come into the drive, it will still always start at chainage 300. We won't have to select the alignment string, and we won't have to change the eye height. So for example, if I was to hit finish on that, and zoom all, and then I went back into my drive panel, I could hit drive straight away. You'll notice that it's already filled out, and we'll start from chainage 300. Just going to stop that and finish on it again. Next, we're going to look at our cross sections. So we can just restore our view. Inside the cross section view, we're just going to turn on some models. So we hit the plus button. We're going to turn on the model sewer pipe, water pipe DICL, and tin ground. We then profile any one of our sections and accept it. We'll change the vertical exaggeration from 10 times down to 2 times, and now we can maximize this view. To help us look at our cross sections, we want to toggle on our grades. This will show the grades of our design. We also want to extend our natural surface tin out by 5 meters on the left and right hand side. So we go to the settings menu, come down to extend, and change the extend left to 5, extend right to 5, click on set. And it's also good to add a grid so that we can see the offsets and relatives heights fairly easily. So once again, come down to settings, grid, click on grid draw, and we'll change our X grid to 5 meters and our Y grid to 2 meters, and click on set and finish. You can see the center line of the road is now 0, and we can measure our offsets left and right. One last setting that can also be very helpful, particularly if we have pipes running under the road, is our corridor. We can set this under the settings, corridor, and we'll just set a width on the left to be 5 and on the right to be 5. We hit set and finish. You'll note that nothing is shown in the view at the moment, and that's because we're not crossing any pipes. However, if we were to go to chainage 180, you should see some pipes under the road. We could just hit the left and right button until we found chainage 180, but the easiest way to do it is to right click on the profile button and select model strings. Once again, just move it out of the way. And underneath the item chainage, we just type in chainage 180 and hit enter. You can see this is now chainage 180, and here's the pipes underneath the road. You'll note that when we use the profile model on section view, it actually highlights the string that we're profiling. It's a good idea to turn this off, because if I was to rerun my function later on, then it will produce an error because this string is locked. If I was to restore my views down now, and inside my design view, I turned on my pipes, so the water pipe and the sewer pipe, and went to chainage 180. You can see as I move my cursor back and forth along the section view, it's showing which section I'm looking at, and because we're profiling with a corridor of 5 meters, we can see 5 meters out this way, 5 meters out this way, which means we can see the pipe across the full extent of the road. If I set my corridor now back to its default settings and hit set and finish, you can see we can only see where the pipe actually cuts the cross section. Inside the profile model on sections panel, we can also dynamically profile. So if I click on profile dynamic and I just zoom out a little bit in my plan design, as I move my cursor along the alignment string, you can see in the cross section view it dynamically shows the profile. To return to the normal way of viewing a profile, just tick off the dynamic profile. And we can finish on this panel for the moment.